Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today's video is about the list of general competitions available and a casual and a proper professional advice for the same for winning those competitions. So there are plenty number of competitions that are available at undergraduate, postgraduate, and at your college level as well. So everyone wants to win whenever they participate in a competition. Of course, experience is something that you get, but along with an experience, it would be an icing on the cake if you get a certificate of winning or a trophy or a medal. There are a number of competition like reel making, poster making, case study, debate, pharmaceutical branding, salesman of the day, treasure hunt, Dr. Salon case, video making, review writing, entrepreneurship competition, quiz competition, essay writing, extempore, model making, just a minute, elocution, meme making, WhatsApp best quotes, e-detailing, oral presentation, making best posters, best poster presentation, Instagram post, the article short paper, Aplom multiple events, Shark Tank, etc. So we'll see one by one different competitions available and how you can win it. So the first competition is reel making. So one thing that you need to remember is that the reel should be short, simple, informative, and on point and expressive. So since it's a reel, you get a very short time to express your agenda or your main topic. So it should be on point. It shouldn't be too lengthy. And if it is a competition of increasing the number of views, likes, comments, etc., you can share it on other social media platforms associated with Instagram like Facebook, Telegram, etc. Telegram, there are a number of channels that provide free publicity and free likes and likes in answers and comment in answers. So this is a very good opportunity for you if you want to win the competition by either increasing the number of likes and comments and all. These are the few tips. The content should be creative. It shouldn't be like plagiarized, shouldn't be copied somebody else's concept, etc. Avoid using watermarks. If you're editing your video, see to it that you do not use an editor that consists of a watermark, because then that watermark would stay throughout your video. Then try to use music if possible. Include number of hashtags, because if there is increase in the number of hashtags, then there are more chances for the people to see your reel, for the people to relate with your reel, etc. Find your niche and post consistently. Yes, that is very, very important. Provide value and share educational content. Of course, the content that you're creating must have sense, must have logic, must be provide proofreading as well for the other viewers. The next competition is the oral presentation competition. So the oral presentation is basically a competition wherein you are given a particular topic and you have to present either via just a verbal communication or via a presentation. So first of all that you need to do is take your audience into a consideration. Consider them that they are audiences that have little or no knowledge. So start from basic, and always if there are, even if there are subject or expert audiences, you must provide a background information for your topic. Secondly, think of a presentation as a story, because whenever there's a story, people are more engrossed, people are more captivated to hear that story. It creates a mystery, a suspense for them to know what exactly is going to happen ahead, what is it all about. So there should be a logical flow, a proper beginning, a main body. There should be three parts: a beginning, body, and an ending. So whenever you're giving an oral presentation, you must be loud, you must be clear, you must not fumble with your words, you must be confident. They must know that you are very, very confident for whatever you're speaking in, and they should take some message or some knowledge from your presentation. Last but not the least is practicing. It is always advisable to practice how much possible, either in front of your friends or yourself in front of the camera, mirrors, etc. If it's a presentation for medics, it should be made using following programs like Canva, Microsoft PowerPoint, Prezi, and it should have extensions of .pptx, .ppt, or .ppsx. It is advisable that if it's a presentation, the font size, font style, font number is very, very important. So for the title slide, it should be 28 points, and for the other slides, it can be between 16 to 22. And Times New Roman, Calibri are some of the most commonly used font styles for the presentation. And the most important part of your presentation is contrast between the colors of the text and the color of the background. So use bullet points and not complete sentences. So it's nobody likes to read sentences and multiple number of points. If it's just one bullet point, it encompasses the entire point. So there's not much of accommodation of you get more space utilization as well. The text on the slide must provide an outline to what you are saying. If the entire text of your presentation is on your slide, there is no reason for the audience to listen to you. So see to it that you do not incorporate all the amount text, all the information on the slide. See to it that you just keep some and keep some for your verbal presentation, because it should not become too monotonous for the audience to just, because if the content is already present, if it's already if congested on the slide, then it's really difficult for them to read as well as understand. So see to it that you keep some amount of content reserved for your presentation. Next is making an eye contact with the audience. It is very, very essential to make an eye contact. So whenever you're giving a presentation, you do not have to just close your eyes or look upside or look down, and then it's better that you interact, you have an eye contact with the audience so that they feel that they are a part of this presentation and you are giving them importance. Do not let your eyes just settle on one person's for a long time. Of course, that is very, very essential. You just need to keep moving, keep your eyes rolling around the entire room. Avoid reading from the screen. This is a very, very wrong habit of the people, that to read from the screen. Always provide, the audiences can see what's on the screen, but you have to speak out something that is not present on the screen, or you have to correlate the data in such a way that they get a brief overview of what exactly you're talking about. And next is using keywords rather than whole sentences. That is very, very essential. Use symbols, graphical representation, flowcharts, pictographs, pictures, videos for actually proper presentation. Like here, I have written so much of data over here, it's really difficult to understand. But if I create an image, or I create a flowchart or a tree diagram or anything, these are the points: voice techniques, visuals, body language, linking. These are the points, so you can understand. These are all bullets. So it's easy to understand rather than whole sentences. Next is poster making competition and a poster presentation competition. Of course, there should be contrast. You must know the location, what if there is a graph, there is a picture, there's a content, which content should be present in which part of the poster. It should be scalable. See to it that the content, the text you're using, the images you are using, they are not blurred, they are not too small, they should be legible enough for the audience to see. The layout and the format, whether it's be an e-poster or a normal poster, it has to be legible to the audience who's actually seeing the poster. Using italics instead of underlining is a very, very good trick to make it look more presentable. Use of colors to highlight. Do not use too much of colors, because then that would make the screen too much of bright and vibrant. Just see to it that you use some few colors, and do not use much number of fonts, because font styles changes, then the link is broken. The person who's reading, he's not able to correlate in that to connect and correlate and connect in that manner that he used to do before. So see to it that you do not change much of text. Focus on the central message. The poster topic should be clear, concise, and it should be given more of emphasis. Tell a story. Again, it's same like there should be a story. If it's a presentation, if it's not just a poster, you need to provide a brief, or at least a tentative background of what exactly your poster is representing. You can use apps like Canva, Adobe, PyZap for preparation of your posters of whichever dimensions you want. There you can even change the dimensions, or even you can prepare on the PowerPoint. And if the content is flowing, it should flow from left to right and from top to bottom. So it should be going in this direction, like this and this. It shouldn't be this way or upside or from down to up. It should be always upside down and from left to right. And the amount of space must be properly utilized. There shouldn't be any blank spaces as well. So the layout and the format is really, really important for your poster. This is a example of a very good poster presentation. So here's the title of the poster. Here is the people who have made the poster and the affiliation for the same. Here is the date of the poster. You can see there's a small abstract. This is they can post as a review article of poster making research article as well. But this just look at the poster, how clean it is, and see the amount of space allotted properly. These are the compartments, acknowledgements, references, future advances, conclusions, the mechanism, the graphs and the numbers, flowcharts, the design, the abstract, the introduction. So the poster should be properly dedicated space. There should be proper dedicated space for each and every content in your poster. If possible, you can just ask your colleague to have a look and get some amount of advices and suggestions from them as well. So the next competition is a case study competition. A case study is basically a research methodology or a review methodology that provides you to gain a better understanding of the subject. So case study is basically review of something that has already happened in the past. So the case study must include the method, the criteria, the evidences, the subject, the knowledge of the subject, the conclusion, and the case study can be related to any analytical techniques, any conditions, any research methodology, examination, analysis, monitoring, assessments, results, data and data review, data critics, etc. There should be a clarity of thought. The content and the writing style must be defined. The depth of the research, your case study determines the depth of how much you have researched. Practical applicability, if there's any proper numbers or if there are any other proof evidences, you can mention them as well. Make your case study easy to read. The headers, images, bullets, italics, etc. So the next is the debate competition. A debate is basically a verbal, it's not an argument, it's just a verbal communication of two or more people having different ideologies. Claim, evidences, and impact. These are the three pillars of your debate. Claim. What is your team claiming? What are you claiming? Which side you are on? You must make a clear statement. They should be loud and clear enough. Add in any evidences to support your claim. So suppose if you have claimed that internet or you can say coding, medical coding or any coding, it is a boon or a bane. So that's a claim. If you are saying that it's a boon, so you have to provide evidences for the same, that why is internet a boon or a bane. And then the impact, if it's a bane, how does it affect the society, how does it affect the people around people living in the society, and how does this support your claim. So basically claim, evidences, and impact, these are the three major points. Evidences can be anecdotes, that are short stories, statistical data, quotes, idioms, etc. The preparation of your topic. Speaking slowly, it is very essential that your point is conveyed to the opposite person in a very, very ambient way. It shouldn't be too much loud or too much aggressive. You do not have to get dominant over the other to superimpose your thoughts, but your thoughts should be loud and clear enough for them to understand. It should be clear, it should be charismatic. Be confident with your topic. Think about the body language and the way you're saying it and bringing out to audience. Listen and take some notes. Anticipate your opponent's question before they are uttered. You must always learn to anticipate and have a counter for the same, for the opponent's point. You can either give an illustration or an example, depends on you. A respect for the opposite person is very, very essential, because you cannot demean the opposite person. You do not have to be rude, but instead have a formal discussion. If the opposite person's point or any part of it is valid, you must learn to encourage it and appreciate it, because the judges, the criteria for judging is also based upon your spirit, that coordination, communication, and the team spirit. Are you taking it as a goodwill? Are you actually learning from the opposite person, or you're just say you are giving an argument for the sake of opposing? You're not even able to listen to what the opponent person say. So do not do like that. See to it that you listen to the opposite person's point and then properly counter on that point only. The session should of course be interactive. If it's a team, let your other team members participate and engage in the debate as well. And if it's you can be affirmative as well, that is, you can be positive for the opponent's point as well sometimes, because it is actually going to appreciate your knowledge for the topic as well. The next is the salesman of the day, or the e-retailing, or the pharmaceutical branding. So whenever these competitions are basically have major focus on selling a product. So you can sell a pen, you can sell anything, but if you don't know how to sell, what to sell, and whom to sell, it is really difficult. So what, who, whom, where, and why, these are the few of the questions that you need to ask yourself before selling a product. So USP, that is unique selling propositions, unique selling points of your product, you must be clear with them. You must define your market. Like, suppose if you are selling any product that is sunscreen or anything, so selling it in any polar countries, or in any country where there's no sun, there's already much of cold, so there's no use. You must sell it in certain hemispheres where there's lot of heat, humidity, like in Mumbai. So you can't just sell the sunscreen there. It's definitely not possible for having a good amount of profit from those countries. The spin selling technique, you must know the Six Sigma qualities and the spin selling. That is the situation, the problems, the implications, and the need payoff. What is the situation? That is, in the current situation, why do they need sunscreens? What is the problem? That is the skin cancer, the melanoma. Because of the UVB rays and UVA rays, there is a skin cancer, there's mutation in the genes. So this sunscreen has SPF factor, that is sun protection factor. So these 30, 50, 40, etc. So how is it going to benefit you? What are the implications of this, of your product? That is what you need to mention in the spin selling. So there is a synergistic selling techniques. Sell yourself, sell your company, sell your product. Always remember that whenever you're going to customer to make them convinced to buy your product, you're not just telling them to convince to buy your product. You're even selling yourself. He should have trust and confidence in you. You're selling your company. You are representing your country. They must have faith in your country. You must be mindful, and of course you have to hit a emotional point. So of course man is an emotional animal, so you need to have empathy for the opposite person. You need to understand his mindset, the way he's thinking. So that would all of course gonna be, if that's of course gonna benefit you. Next is the treasure hunt. So there are many puzzles, riddles, guess from the pictures, and all competitions that are available online. So you can just have these mysterious topics, investigating them, and it could be a virtual game as well. So yeah, it's a good idea if you want to organize in your college or so. Next is the video making competition. So the reel making competition is very vital, because it will help you to not only learn something about a topic but also learn to face the camera. It will help you to remove your fear of just facing people or so. You can come up with a story, of course. A story is something that engrosses the audiences. The story can be mysterious, it can be a little humorous, because when people laugh, they get more and more attached to your video. So it can be humorous as well, but it should not hurt anyone's patriotism, racism, sexist, etc. There should not be any harsh remarks for the same. You must start with a strong hook. Whenever you're having a video, you're making a video, you're recording a video, there should be, at the beginning only, you must provide a good grip to the video so that a person does not even take his eyes off from the screen for a minute. If possible, try to flatter the sponsors. We say no in Hindi that maska lagana. Yes, sometimes it is useful, of course. It's not a taboo or a wrong thing to not flatter somebody. It's okay, you can flatter sometimes, because if you want to sell your product, if it's a video making competition of selling a product or whatever it is, so of course you need to flatter. That's absolutely all right. You must learn to write a script. Just going unprepared and preparing a video is really has no sense. You need to have a script, at least a rough tentative draft of what you're gonna speak up, and then you have to test that script. Either one or two retakes would do, but learning and just instead of fumbling or making wrong statements and remarks, it's better that you just test yourself once. Next could be the competition of meme making, best video, best idiom, best phrase, best slogans. So a great slogan has a wow principle. What is the value of the slogan that you have created? How is it outstanding from the other slogans? And why people should choose the slogan? So a slogan can represent sometimes a particular people, a particular bunch of organizations, etc. So the slogan must have a valid point, a unique characteristics. It should be appealing, witty, humorous, simple, memorable, and engaging. Just say there's a tagline, you can say LIC, जिंदगी के साथ भी जिंदगी के बाद भी. So that is something that people are able to remember. People, it's something that people can't forget. So see to it that you hammer it, you just trigger it in somebody's mind, so that it just comes out. They keep on blabbering, they keep on just remembering the tagline, the slogan that you have created. Give it a rhythm, rhyme, and ring. So anytime you just create a slogan, it should rhyme, it should have a definite rhythm. Just I just mentioned LIC, zindagi ke saath bhi zindagi ke baad bhi, there's a rhyme, there's a proper rhythm inside it. So you see to it that you provide a proper rhythm. It should highlight a key benefit and isolate one key area of your business. So the slogan must be, of course, related with your particular area and commitment. It should provide a proper guarantee of satisfaction, and it should be realistic. So the slogans can be either descriptive, persuasive, creative, emotive, or recognizable. It depends upon your data. So the next competition is the Shark Tank. So basically in Shark Tank, either you participate in as an individual or in a group of 2 to 4, and there is a particular time span allotted to you, either 3 minutes or 5 minutes, for delivering your pitch. Your pitch should be strong enough. It should cover all the points, including any evidences, including any USP of your product and the sales, marketing benefits, equities, etc. So your pitch should be a killer one. You must build a business, not an idea. If you're developing an idea, there are different competitions like innovative idea, entrepreneurship idea, novel ideas, etc. But it's a Shark Tank, so you need to develop a business. You need to show them the profit. They need to see the margin of profit. So invest in your video. So if you're demonstrating any proper illustration or a pictorial representation of your project or of your idea, so see to it that you make a proper video that is professional, so that it can attract the shark's mind and shark's interest towards your project. A professional looking website will add a lot of importance in your pitch, because if you have a website, there is more trust and confidence of the customers on you, so that they can reach out to you. And online market stores can also help in enhancing the publicity. It can accelerate the rate of margin of profits for your company, because various websites like social media platforms, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, they can actually be of lot of benefit to your project. So high quality of images of your product is very, very important. So if you are showing your video or a product, it should not be blurred. It should be clearly visible and legible so that they can get an idea. If you have a physical product of it, so you have to see to it that the product is properly packed. If it's a packaging, or if whatever if the product is, it should be highly finished. There shouldn't be any indentations or any wrong things in your product. There are 5 presentation skills from Shark Tank that I would like to share it with you all. First is personalize your presentation. Second is people buy you, not your product. Remember that you're selling your business, you're not selling your product. So see to it that you get engrossed, you make the people engrossed in your product as well. You must know your numbers. The statistical data is very, very important to back up your pitch. Sample cells, the samples, if you have made it, you need to show it to them so that they get a more clear idea. And then tell a good story. An emotional hit is always beneficial and vital for your product to be sold. You must validate your product. Validating means knowing the figures well enough to demonstrate the current and future potentials, the cost of the good, the margins, gross sales, projected sales, net profit. These are few of the points that you must cover in your presentation. The cost, the profit margins, gross sales, projected sales, net profit, current inventory, etc. And these are the 10 qualities that must be in your pitch: credibility, agreeable, interactive, captivating, relevant, entertaining, confident, powerful, funny and witty, and inspirational. Reviews, of course, rail sales are the only great reviews that will help you outstand and outshine from others. So a good sale, a good feedback will help you back up your data and bring out accuracy and precision in your selling. So see to it that you provide good shipping time and good shipping quality. The next is the elocution competition. Elocution is basically a speech. You deliver a speech on a particular topic and put out an emphasis about the topic. Think about the arguments and points that you have to discuss and organize it in a particular way. For example, you can start with a personal story, talk about the issues you're discussing it, talk about the implications, and then the recommendations that could be put forward for the same. Always dress professionally. So professionalism is very, very important when you see from the elocution's perspective. So you need to wear black, gray, blue, these kind of subtle colors, too flashy, too vibrant, and these colors might land you in some problems. So it's better that you look professional, you dress professional with a tie, with a properly ironed shirt, formal shoes, a good haircut, a good mustache, etc. Use good posture and body language while delivering your speech. Your actions should also be, it shouldn't be that you're just reading or you're just mugging up and then just throwing it out. It should be proper. They must know that you're confident. You're smiling. Your nervousness should not be displayed on your face. You must be happy and sound happy while delivering your speech. Voice modulation is very, very important, because if you just go on speaking in one particular frequency, in one particular tone, that wouldn't work. You need to change and bring out variations in your tone and your tempo. So voice modulation is extremely essential. Changing the speed, putting out more emphasis on a particular point, that is very, very essential. You must be loud and clear, because everybody should be able to listen to what you are talking. And then end a speech with the question for the audience, because that can leave a long lasting impression. If you put forward a question to the audience, it will help them to get engrossed. It will make them think and re-emphasize on the topic and then discuss an idea for the same. So that could be pose a challenge for the audience as well, and it can get them engaged. The next is just a minute competition. In this, you just get a minute for preparing, and then you have to deliver a quick speech, a small short speech on the topic. Suppose if I give you a topic right now, I give you 1 minute, you have to speak upon that topic. So firstly, you need to create a hook that is related to that topic. You must start your speech with a idiom, a phrase, a slogan, a famous saying, or like suppose if your topic is on education, so you can start your quote with Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam once said that black color is said to be detrimental, but it is the blackboard that can make a child's future bright. So beginning with such a strong an anecdote or a idiom or a phrase or a slogan or a saying could be beneficial to you. You could also raise upon a rhetorical question to the audience to make it more interesting. Since you do not have a lot of time to prepare, it's an impromptu speech. You have to stick to 3 to 4 points particularly, and then address those 3 to 4 points in a definite fashion. Make sure that you discuss your point of the speech in the right way. And for example, if your prompt is why manners are important, you can say that using manners show how much you respect another person and establish what you expect in return. These are a few of the skills that you are being judged upon: oration skills, the accent, the diction, and some of the classic features of public speaking. You can start with respected jury, my fellow mates, teachers, honorable guests, and all our dear ones. A very good morning, or whatever the time of the day it is, to one and all. A small introduction of yourself. I take this opportunity to present my views in favor or against, and then you can mention your topic and begin your topic. As per my advice, you should begin your topic with a very well said quote. Do mention the name of the person who has said that quote, as I said in the beginning. So that could add upon more benefit to your for your winning ideas. Model making competition. There are different model making competitions that are being organized. So there is one Instagram and YouTube page, Bhavik's Experiment. The child does wonders. You can get a lot of ideas from this YouTube channel and Instagram, so you can just refer for scientific as well as other non-scientific working and non-working models. And these are few of the shows that actually display good art: Mr. Maker, Art Attack, and Mad. These three shows provide a very good idea of actually creating a project or something. You can choose some of the topics that are quite trending, like medicine related, robotics, the natural disaster proof buildings, waste management, rainwater harvesting, renewable energies, DIY in the biotechnology, extraction of colors, or playing out with DNA, the cell cultures, reduction of noise pollution, irrigation techniques, safety alerts, detection of adulteration. There are plenty number of topics that you'll find of science as well as non-science. Extempore. Extempore is like a speech only, but in this you need to introduce yourself first to the audience and make them feel welcoming. Introduction will define your speech, and it's gonna give you a good beginning. The core content is a very crucial part because it is the heart of your entire speech. The numbers, statistical data, facts, figures, the pros, advantages, cons, disadvantages are always included in your content. Conclusion: when the beginning is destined to be flawless and your core content is always perfect, your ending of the speech should also be good, because then it wouldn't leave any space or any gap for the judges to cut your points. So you should make a good conclusion. It should not be have any racial remarks, any sexual remarks, or any discriminist suggestions or point of views. The conclusion should be non-biased, nothing less, nothing more. The next is the essay writing competition. The title should be, the reader should get a glimpse of what the essay is all about. So the introduction paragraph, the thesis, hook, and the transition. The body paragraphs must include explanation, transitions, examples, etc. Examples are very useful because they are able to make your content of essay. They act as a supplementary data. See to it that your essay looks very neat and tidy. These are the few points that you can incorporate in your essay: a opening, introductory point, presentation ideas, expressing results, conclusion, contrasting ideas and opinions. So these are the few of the lines that you can pick up from here. You can take a screenshot and just use it in your essay whenever required. Next is the research and review article competition and short paper writing competition. So I've already uploaded the videos for the same, like research and review article do's and don'ts, how to write a review article, how to write a research article, difference between a review and research article. Just type my name Payam Vora on the YouTube, or you can also type on the Google and you'll be taken off to my videos. So please do have a look on those videos if you're writing a short paper or review or a research article. The next is the brand wars. This is an event wherein can you tell what can taste better, Coke or Pepsi, Pizza Hut or Domino's? Such is the brand war. So a brand war is basically organized to have two different views and perspective of a same product. Suppose if it's a pizza, so pizza is better of Joey's, Domino's or Pizza Hut. Suppose if it's a fried chicken, the fried chicken is more qualitative of Burger King, KFC or McDonald's. So this is what is about the brand wars. This is a very, very good event. You can organize it in your college and it will bring about more ideas for you. It can help you to raise the competition, and it can also help you enhance the skills and get a more critical review of the brand. The last event is the Monopoly. So Monopoly is basically an economic themed competition being brought on a board to test your skills of analysis, money management, persuasion, etc. So all can be done is through buying, selling and acquiring companies using the allotted virtual money. Each team will have a maximum of 2 participants. There would be 2 stages, buying and acquisition. In buying, there would be 30 cards. This is the way of playing the games. You can just have a look at the game. There would be different stages of the game. And Monopoly event is basically more oriented towards your money management skills and your stocking skills. So that's all for today's video. I hope you liked my video. Do like, share and subscribe my YouTube channel. And if you have any doubts, feel free to drop in the comment section. Thank you so much.